Good morning, students. Today we have gathered to understand the mathematics pathways that are provided in IB. So from 2019, we had two separate pathways that was provided for choice for taking up IBDP mathematics. We all know it's a compulsory subject. However, the choice was given for students to either choose analysis and approaches, which is also called Math AA, or application and interpretation, which is called Math AI. Now, these options were provided purely because students use mathematics in different possible ways for higher studies. The students who are opting for AA are usually students who will be studying mathematics as one of their core subjects. So studying math as core subjects are usually in engineering, applied sciences, computer engineering, architecture, and so on. Definitely, yes, you have a choice between HL and SL in this area, because even if you are going to study mathematics as a core subject, that may not be primary for you. For example, if you are not doing engineering but studying applied sciences, then though you need mathematics, you may not need it at HL. If you are studying architecture in some colleges, they are not asking for AAHL. They may be okay with the AASL, but AA does give them the options for studying all the required syllabus. Then who takes AI? Well, AI are people who would want to use mathematics as a tool to study other subjects. For example, business, economics, pure sciences, for example, biology and chemistry. They need AI because of the tools that they learn, which helps them understand these subjects better. Again, AIHL is chosen by students who are good with mathematics, who do not have any fear or inhibition with this subject, but they do not want to take up mathematics as one of their core subjects in colleges, and that's why they are opting for AIHL. So AI is not inferior to AA. It rather is giving you a flexibility to say that, okay, what do I want to use mathematics for? AISL, particularly I'm talking about, is very similar to how math studies SL used to be in the old syllabus, which means this subject gives you the basic high school requirement for mathematics. So it teaches you only those tools which are required for meeting the high school completion of mathematics and doesn't go in depth in any of the areas. So you have to be sure, if you are taking AISL, that math is not going to be either your primary subject or a very important subject for your higher studies. For example, people who would want to study mass communication, languages, journalism, or also want to take up business studies, but though in business you need mathematics, but they are okay taking those math requirements in college, so those students will opt for AISL. One other way to do is, there are some students who say that I may, whatever math is needed, I will complete it in high school requirements. I would want to make things easier for me in IB, so I would want to opt for AISL. Now in that case, we ask you to write to your respective universities and clarify this, that are they okay with you taking math AISL. Because in case you want to study, say for example, economics or business, there are some schools, or for example biological sciences or cognitive sciences or psychology, there are some schools who are particular in saying that no, we would recommend AIHL. So if you have a list of schools that you're already going to apply to, then it's good to write to them already. What we have done from our end is, we have shared the syllabus of both AA and AIHL last year with majority of the universities which did not understand the difference between the two pathways. There were schools who already were clear about it, but wherever we felt that the schools had some issues, we wrote to them and shared the syllabus. So therefore, there is much more clarity in universities about what AA and AI is and how it is helpful. So therefore, your cohort is going to be the third cohort and will not be facing any such problems. What we'll now do is, let us go into details of the syllabus as such to understand the difference between AA and AI, which will further help you to decide which one would be best suited for you. So the 5 units that mathematics have in all the pathways, okay, be it AA, AI, HL or SL, there are 5 units in math. First one is called number and algebra, and I will get into details of each one of them. The second unit is functions and graphs. So I'll call that functions. Third one is geometry and trigonometry. The fourth one is statistics and probability. And the last one is calculus. So now all these units will appear in all the pathways and all the levels of mathematics, but they will go into different details in each of these units depending on which pathway you are choosing. So let us start looking at each of these units. What I would want or request you is, you keep a notepad and pen with you so that you are making a note of these things, and this is also given in your subject guide. So I'm not sharing anything new with you. These things are there in your subject guide. You may pause the video for some time and bring a notepad and then continue the video so that you are making, in case you want to discuss with your parents or with your older siblings and then make a decision, then you will know. So we are writing down what is there in AA and AI and what are the additional points. So the first thing is arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Okay, both sequences and series. So we are talking both about sequences and series in both these cases. They are there in both AA and AI. So I'm going to write the topics in AA, and whatever is not there or additional there in AI, then I'll mention that in the sequence of description that we are going through. All applications related to this are also present in both AA and AI. The sigma notation. So don't worry about some of the names that you are not familiar with. You will be introduced to each of them. Sigma notation is also present in either one of them. Financial applications like simple interest, compound interest, superannuation, all these things are present in both AA and AI. Now there is one additional thing in AI in this section, which is called amortization, which means, how do we take loans and repay loans in installment, and annuity. When we make savings, how do we get interest and superannuation things? But all this is done only with technology. So one thing you have to remember is, in AI, in both HL and SL, you have calculator for all the papers. So you use a graphic display calculator. That's what is GDC for all the papers. So you do this extra topic in arithmetic and geometric progression in AI, but using only the calculator. So that makes things a little simpler in terms of understanding the calculations and things. Now, what is additional in AA in this unit is that you have simple deductive proofs. For example, finding the sum of terms in an arithmetic sequence or sum of terms in a geometric sequence or series. All those simple proofs are included in AA but not in AI. Similarly, you may have some proofs by contradiction in algebra, which will not be there in AA. So these two things are not a part of AI. They are only there in AA. So AA, you have to understand, is more analytical in nature. Because they have one paper without the calculator, they expect students to be good with doing algebra or analysis on their own. So that kind of mathematical rigor is what is present in AA because of having a non-calculator paper. Whereas in AI, that part becomes simpler because you don't need to do any of those proofs. You have calculated in all the 3 papers. Okay, we are continuing with algebra now. So there is Counting principles, which means permutations and combinations. Again, I'm not going into difference between HL and SL, okay? I'm only looking at difference between AA and AI in this video now. So counting principles, which means permutation and combination, is a part of AA, but is not there in AI. However, there are sometimes a few details required which your teachers may give you a few things which may be helpful for you. But it's as such in the syllabus, it's not included. Similarly, binomial expansion, which means a plus b raised to n, is a part of AA, and n can be both positive, negative, as well as fractional index. Of course, again, between AA, HL and SL there are some differences, but overall it is there as a part of AA, but in AI it is not there. In addition to this, in algebra, what AI has is AI also includes a unit on approximation and estimation. This is a part of numbers. Most of you must have done this in grade 10. They also do something called percentage error. Again, both these things are done using calculator, so that makes it much easier. Now, this part of the syllabus is not present in AA, but it is kind of inbuilt. You cannot say I should not know approximation and estimation in AA, because it automatically becomes a part of it. That's as far as your number sense and algebra is concerned. We'll move on to the second unit, which is functions. Now we have to here understand about the three papers, very very important before we get into this unit. So AA and AIHL have three papers, where paper 1 and 2 is common even for SL, but I'm going to talk specifically about paper 3. Paper 3 has two questions. One on modeling, which means using mathematics to model a situation. Like for example, compound interest. Compound interest is a very good example of modeling. You look at a situation and you model it using mathematics and say that I am able to find out the interest, the appreciation, depreciation values, and so on using mathematics. Another common example of modeling is a linear graph. You look at a situation. For example, you paying a telephone bill. You say that my base price of my mobile phone bill is constant, and then I pay money for every minute that I talk or every SMS that I send. So it's like a linear model of y is equal to mx plus c, where this is your base price that you pay. Maybe you have a 299 plan or a 399 plan, and then you pay money for every minute that you talk. So this is another example of model, that you use mathematics to model a situation and find a solution. The other question that is there in paper 3 is an investigation, where you are made to investigate the underlying pattern and find. Now this paper is there only in AA and AIHL. For that, functions becomes a very very important unit. Not that it is not important for SL, but they don't have paper 3. So understanding mathematical modeling or investigation doesn't become a primary focus for them. This unit as such is almost common for both AA and AI. Very few things are different between them. So what kind of things are we looking at in AA and AI? So there is linear equations and graphs, which are common for both AA and AI. You have concept of a function, which means you will need to know what is a domain, what is a range, what is the inverse of a function, what is a composite function, what are the key features, like for example intercepts, asymptotes. So all these concepts of a function are common to both AA and AI. Okay. However, what the difference here is, AA has to be doing some papers without the GDC, right? Therefore, they will need to graph. So you will need to graph familiar and unfamiliar functions with and without the GDC. However, for AI, this unit becomes easier because they do everything with a calculator. So they don't really have to spend a lot of time in understanding the structure. But remember one thing, even with the calculator, if you don't understand the basic structure or behavior of a function or a graph, the paper 3 becomes quite challenging for you. So even if you're in AI, though you have the calculator, don't overlook the fact that you still have to spend time in getting to the basics and the nitty gritties of details in functions because of the modeling question. So here I have seen students saying that yes, it is little more challenging than AI because they have a paper without calculator, right? Then you have quadratic equations and graphs, which you all have been studying from a very long time. This is again common to AA and AI. So you have questions of all kinds like inequalities, in writing the quadratic in 3 different forms, word problems with quadratic functions, solving the equations, and so on. So all that is common between AA and AI. Log and exponent. Now log and exponents also come into the algebra category. I didn't touch upon this primarily because I was going to do it in functions, and that's why. But the first unit, numbers and algebra, right? Log and exponent algebra comes in the will be first dealt with in unit 1. It will also be dealt in functions. So basic things again, both in AA and AI. Log and exponent functions and graphs are also included in, this is a part of functions, and this is also included for both AA and AI. Again, because of the calculator, solving the graphs and equations becomes easier in AI because of the GDC. However, within AA, the solving equations is little more rigorous. Solving equations without GDC becomes rigorous for them. So they need to know the rules much more than AI. Remember, both of you have your respective formula booklets, and the formulae also, whatever are useful for you, are given. So AA and AI have a different formula booklet because they get into greater details in one of the units than another, right? Then we have rational functions, again both in AA and AI. Remember, always this entire unit, it's easier in AI only because of the GDC. Otherwise, the concepts are same. Both of them need to know everything. We have transformation of functions. Don't worry if you are not familiar with these words. Transformation of functions is basically moving a graph right and left, up and down. So AA and AI. Again, in transformations, also when you are doing without the calculator, it becomes little more challenging for AA. So they have to know greater details that teachers might have to practice more for them than AI because of the calculator. What is additional? And then yes, logistic function and the model, because this is asked a lot in paper 3, is also present in AA and AI. In AA it is not so common because logistic function is actually used in applications in business, in economics, and in biology. So it comes in greater detail in AI, but AA have to know this because of paper 3. It's good to have understanding of this function. What is additional in AA is, one of the things is polynomials. You're studying in greater detail, so you have to understand the factor theorem and prove it. You have the remainder theorem and you prove it. Which is only there in AA but not in AI. Also, roots of a polynomial have to be done in greater detail in AA. Because of calculator, AI doesn't need to do them. Right? So sum on product of roots, that concept comes in AA and not in AI. In addition, we do piecewise modeling only for HL, which means use a combination of functions to model a situation both for A and AI, mainly for paper 3. This is not done in SL. So if you see, majority of the syllabus in functions is very common. The rigor is changed because of the use of calculator. Now another part of algebra that I did not touch upon before, wanted to separately talk about, is complex numbers. This unit again has differences primarily because of use of calculator. Complex numbers is completely excluded for SL, both AA and AI SL. Now let's see what we do in AA and what we don't do. So we have basic representation, and representations are in two forms. One is the Cartesian form of complex numbers and another is the Euler's form. This is common for both AA and AI. Both of them have to know this. We have operations with complex numbers like adding them, subtracting them, multiplying them, dividing them. Now here the difference comes. Though it is common for both AA and AI does it only with a calculator. So that makes it much easier for them. But AA has to do it without the GDC. One difference here is AI has to know the geometric interpretation of this. What does this really mean? The reason is, as the name suggests, AI is more with application and interpretation. So they have to understand what is the meaning of it, where can I use it. So geometric interpretation is included in AI, HL, but not in AA. They simply do those operations and they should be able to do it without the calculator. So the analytical approach has to be shown, and which is not the case in AI. The next is complex roots of polynomials. So till now, till grade 10, you were told if a quadratic discriminant is less than 0, you would say no real roots. But now you are going to move to the next stage where you are including complex roots. So the complex roots of polynomial is there in AA. What does it change to in AI? In AI, it is complex roots of only a quadratic. They don't look at all polynomials. So in a way, you are actually learning the meaning of complex roots, but you are restricting it to only the quadratic in AI and going to all orders of polynomial in AA. Right? The De Moivre's theorem. Now don't worry if you have not heard of it, it's all right. And its proof is included in AA. However, in AI, only know the rule. So you only have to use the rule. You don't have to know the proof and understand how it is achieved or show the steps of things. You just need to know where should I use it. Finally, the roots and powers of a complex number. This is there only in AA. Only in AA and not in AI. But what is separately there in AI which is not in AA? In complex numbers, what AI learns is applying them. So like for example, in physics, complex numbers are used in adding sinusoids with the same frequency but different phase. This is a concept where you use complex numbers. This is done only in AI. Because they do it with a calculator, it becomes easier. This is not done in AA. Though majority of the physics, the math AAHL students are also physics students, so it is a little helpful to them. Also, we do some other applications of the geometric interpretation. So applications of complex numbers in some geometric situations in geometry is also done in AI, but not in AA. So that's far as complex numbers are concerned. Now, one additional thing in algebra which is completely not there in AA is matrices. So matrices is an exclusive part of AI syllabus and not in AA. Even when we solve system of equations, like for example 3 equations and 3 unknowns, AA does using analytical approach, whereas AI uses matrices and basically does it on the calculator. So therefore it becomes much easier for AI, though both of them conceptually understand what is the meaning of solving a system of equations, but the rigor again is different. In matrices, I'm not getting into the detail of what all you learn, but this entire concept of matrices is not present in AA. So we will not get into the details of it. Now we are coming to the third unit, but before that, since I said analytical approaches are more important to AA, mathematical induction is a method to prove things. Mathematical induction proves this is exclusively a part of AA and not AI. Proof by contradiction is also done in AA. So in different units, your teachers will give you examples for proof by contradiction. Especially in algebra, there are units which is also a part of AA. Then proof by giving counter example is also a part of AA. But so you see, wherever we are having to do things by hand and using analytical method, it is a part of AA, but not with AI. But AI is doing all the units and learning where to use them in a situation, right? So the third unit now is geometry and trigonometry. So what are the things that we are learning here which are common? Let me write those first and then I'll tell you what is not common. So what is common is, area, volume, surface area of 2D and 3D shapes. This is actually prior knowledge. This is prior knowledge is included both for AA and AI. If you have seen your worksheets that we gave on Khan Academy, that did include your knowledge of triangle and circles and quadrilaterals, right? That's included. Similarly, basic trigonometry is included both in AA and AI. In fact, in both levels, HL Anderson. The sine and cosine rule. Don't worry again if you don't know these names. And its applications. For example, elevation and depression problems, problems with bearings are included both in AI and AA. Your circle geometry, for example, degrees and radians, length of arc, area of a sector. Some of these things you may already have done it in grade 10, are included both for AA and AI. And finally, graphing, using trigonometric graphs. So they're called circular functions, but basically it is the meaning is trigonometric graphs for modeling. Are used both for AA and AI. Now again the difference is AA does it with calculator, without calculator, and AI with calculator. That's why things become more difficult in AA. What is additional or exclusive only for AA? Trigonometric equations and identities get into a lot of detail in AA. Many different identities and proofs and using and solving equations without calculator becomes very, very rigorous in AA. So you should be very good. Though the identities are given in the formula booklet, you still need to kind of thoroughly understand them. That's one thing which is not present in AI. But what is present in AI which is not there in AA? One is Voronoi diagrams. This is specifically used in applications in business. When you have to decide where will a new headquarters of a business be, then you look at dividing the region. So it is Voronoi diagrams are basically about region mapping and putting them into different sections. So it is also used in economics, in geography and other areas. So primarily it is an application area. That's why it is not there in AA. It is present only for AI. You also have transformation of graphs using matrices. So after trigonometry, you learn transformation using matrices, which is again present only for AI but not for AA. And geometric interpretation of the determinant of matrix, because you use it for area and volume calculations. Of course, your teachers are going to talk about it. That's again present only in AI. So see, there are parts which are actually in AI and not in AA, and the other way around, depending on what is important in the curriculum. So you have to understand that AA focuses mainly on mathematical rigor, that students should be very, very strong in being able to do mathematics without the calculator. That's the focus. Whereas AI is saying that as long as you understand the concept, I want you to focus more on applying mathematics. Right? In geometry and trigonometry, vectors is also a part. Let's again see what is common between AA and AI. So the basic representation and operations on vectors is common for both AA and AI. Your dot product is common to AA and AI. Cross product is only there for AA but not for AI, because the applications of cross product are not there in AI, right? Equation of line and its applications are there for both AA and AI. However, equation of a plane and its applications, equation of a plane and application is present only in AA but not in AI. Vector applications in kinematics is present both in AA and AI. Kinematics means the motion of a body. You must have studied time, distance, speed in till your grade 10. It is more of that what kinematics means. So it's present both AA and AI. Again, AI finds it easier because of the use of calculator. AA has to do a lot more on paper, which is what makes things more difficult or rigorous for them. I shouldn't really say difficult, more challenging in terms of rigor of mathematics. What is present in AI which is not there in AA? AI studies an exclusive part of discrete mathematics called graph theory, which is very useful in computer science, in business, and in economics for optimization question. Now, this part of mathematics is not at all touched upon in AA. So I personally feel students who are studying computer science, not computer engineering, they want to get into studying artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other areas should be, or data sciences should be doing AI HL rather than AA. So think about this aspect of your subject. Okay. This is as far as the third unit is concerned. Now, fourth and fifth unit, I will not get into details because you don't know many themes, but I'm going to more talk about it, saying that statistics and probability is the focus area of AI. If you look at the syllabus of AP statistics and probability, most of it is covered in AI. So you will get same credit of AP statistics and probability if you take AIHL. And if you are having any problems, the best way to do is send them the syllabus of AIHL and you will be able to get that credit. Whereas if you look at the calculus syllabus, what AIHL covers is AP Calculus AB, which is a preliminary level of calculus, and what AAHL covers, this is AIHL, what AIHL covers is AP Calculus BC. I agree there are some parts of the Calculus BC syllabus which is not there in AIHL, but you get almost the same amount of credit because most of the things are covered. So that's the advantage. So the focus of AA is on calculus and trigonometry, and in AI it is statistics because you do a lot more of hypothesis testing, data analysis in AI. And since I said AI is useful for students in psychology, biology, economics, so they have to understand data analysis. So data analysis becomes primary in AI, important for AI. Whereas calculus and differential equations, which is a part of differential equations are a part of calculus, so are very, very important for AA. So this in a nutshell is all about your two pathways, and you have to understand three things. What am I going to study in university? What am I studying in university, and how is mathematics going to be useful to me? Whether AI will be beneficial or AA. Second is, how good am I, or what is the strength? I mean, I shouldn't be saying how good because everybody learns basic mathematics but do I feel math as one of my strong areas? If you feel so, then HL is your level, right? However, if you feel that this has been always a challenge for me, then and the third thing is to contact your universities and ask them what is their requirement. For example, in India, if you see majority of the courses in engineering and medicine, they require you to take AAHL, not medicine, sorry, but engineering and architecture requires. So there is no choice. So these are the three things that you should be doing before deciding your curriculum. If you have more questions, you can